Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Monday, May 20th, 2019. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. The Culturama Committee held an event on the weekend to reveal its senior pageant contestants for Culturama 45. Fredericia Liebert has that story.
The official reveal for senior participants for Culturama 45 took place on Saturday, May 18th at the Mount Nevis Hotel. Participant number 1, Marlon Kelly, is being sponsored by Flo and is vying for the title of Mr. Cool 2019. Also vying for the Mr. Cool title is participant number 2, Curtly Liebert, who is sponsored by Stella's Engineering. David Archibald, participant number 3, is sponsored by the Nevis Tourism Authority. The Nevis Historical and Conservation Society is sponsoring participant number 4, Darius Hodge. Monique Jeffers, sponsored by the Nevis Culturama Committee, is participant number 5, and Xavier Sam, participant number 6, is sponsored by Dan Bacco and Trucking, as well as the Ministry of Tourism. Babita Silal is contestant number 1 for the Miss Culture Swimwear pageant. She is sponsored by Fit Games. Aliyah Gibson is contestant number 2 and is sponsored by Old House Cafe. Contestant number 3 is Natalia Morton. She is sponsored by Flo. Vincia Sturge is contestant number 4 and is sponsored by the Nevis Solid Waste Management Authority. Contestant number 5, Daniel Chumney, is sponsored by Gaspri 24-Hour Service. And contestant number 6 is Caricia Francis, sponsored by Revere House. The Mr. Cool and Miss Culture Swimwear competition will take place on Tuesday, July 30th at the Nevis Cultural Complex. The participants for the Miss Culture pageant were also revealed. Contestant number 1, Jonica Smithen, is sponsored by the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation. Shani David is contestant number 2 and is sponsored by Caribbery St. Kitts and Nevis Limited. Miss Flo Tarika Brown is contestant number 3. St. Kitts, Nevis and Gwilla National Bank is sponsoring contestant number 4, Naila Daniel. Hasha Permanent is contestant number 5 and is sponsored by the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis. And contestant number 6 is Nakita Thibu. She is sponsored by the Nevis Electricity Company Limited, NEVLEC. The Miss Culture pageant will take place on Sunday, August 4th at the Nevis Cultural Complex. Minister of Culture, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, was present at the reveal and made a plea to the participants.
I would just like to take this opportunity to encourage our contestants. After tonight, preparation for you should go several gears up. You should change gear because from tonight, all of you, well, of course, before you would have made the decision, all of you would have your eyes set on the coveted crown for the respective competitions. And so from tonight, the preparation for you steps up a few notches.
The Minister of Culture also expressed gratitude to the organizers and committee members for the senior competitions.
I want to especially commend the subcommittee for the senior pageants. They have done quite a bit of work, and to have this classy event here at the Mount Nevis Hotel this evening, I think they deserve a round of applause. I want to say a special thank you to Ms. Burton and her hard-working team of the senior pageant. Please give them a bigger round of applause. They've done a lot of work. I want to commend you for the work you've done so far, and for you as well, the preparation for the show. It will become more intense. We are expecting that for Culturama 45, all of our activities, including the senior pageants, will be of an extremely high standard.
This year's celebration of Culturama is held with the slogan, Love, Passion, Pride, Culturama 45. Fredericia Liebert reporting for the Nevis Newscast.
Meantime, the Ministry of Culture is seeking to promote division culture for the 45th anniversary celebrations of Culturama, which will run from July 25th to August 6th. Minister of Culture, the Honorable Eric Evelyn, says the Division Heritage Village has been earmarked as the venue for a major activity, highlighting all things Division, and will also serve to attract greater traffic to the cultural heritage site.
During the Culturama Festival this year, this being our 45th anniversary, we're having what we call an Division Day. We haven't coined the exact name for it yet, but we're going to be having a day when we want people to exhibit Division pride. And whatever you do on that day would be everything Division. You eat Division, you wear the national colors, you show some national pride, and we are actually hoping to have what we call an old-time tea meeting. And we are hoping to have it right here at the Heritage Village.
Minister Evelyn stated that the Division Heritage Village is ideal for staging cultural events, and it would help to decentralize Culturama events.
Here is a fantastic venue to have more cultural events. And this being our 45th, we're going to start it. And hopefully in the future, hopefully going forward, every year during Culturama, we can have one or more activities here, because I'm all for decentralizing the activities of Culturama rather than having everything in Charlestown decentralized, and the Heritage Village is a fantastic venue to do that.
The Culture Minister was at the time attending Heritage Village Live, an event hosted by the Ministry of Tourism as part of its activities for Exposition Nevis 2019. Notice has been given for a sit-in of the Nevis Island Assembly to be held at the Assembly Chambers at Hamilton House on Tuesday, May 21st, 2019. According to the order paper circulated by Clerk of the Nevis Island Assembly, Mara Williams, the sit-in will commence with the formal entry of the Honourable Farrell Smithen, President of the Assembly, followed by prayers, a motion for the approval of the order paper as circulated, and messages from the Deputy Governor General. Announcements by the President will follow, after which papers will be laid, followed by statements by ministers and personal explanations. The Honourable Spencer Brand, Minister of Physical Planning and Development Control, will move the second and third reading of the Nevis Physical Planning and Development Control Amendment Bill 2019. The Tuesday, May 21st sitting of the Nevis Island Assembly is slated to commence at 10 a.m. and will be broadcast live on Nevis Television, Channel 99, and streamed live via Nevis Television Facebook page and Nevis Newscast YouTube channel. Still to come.
The New River Farmers Cooperative Society proudly salutes our patron, Mr. Winston Powers Library.
The details after this break. Welcome back. Overcoming challenges, celebrating success was the theme under which the 4th New River Day took place on Friday, May 17th at New River Estate. The open day was hosted by the New River Farmers Cooperative Society, whose president, Merla Isles, delivered brief remarks.
This celebration is not a one-day celebration. It is not just a showcase. It is a symbol of the capacity of the people. People like Sally, Elmina, young Tamara Passad, who recently won the Ambassador of Youth and Sport Agriculture Awards. C.S. Passad, Farmer of the Year for Agriculture Open Day. Males, females sit together to have discussion of the way forward. The cooperative mission is to provide fresh fruit and vegetables that are safe for human consumption through the use of modern technology and able food security.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Huey Sargent, outlined the importance of farmers and commended the Cooperative Society for toiling under sometimes difficult circumstances.
Farming and feeding our nation, I believe, is one of the most noble professions and the service we can do to our fellow men and women. As I speak, I want you to understand that if it were not for farmers, the doctors, the politicians, the garbage collectors, people in high and low offices rely on you. Because if they can't eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they can't do anything else. So I believe the entire society would collapse if we don't have farmers. And you must understand as well, that you are the foundation of our community.
Sergeant, along with Isles, presented the patron for the event, Winston Powers Liebert, with a plaque and fruit basket in show of their appreciation for his outstanding work at New River over the years.
The New River Farmers Cooperative Society proudly salutes our patron, Mr. Winston Powers Liebert, for dedicated and outstanding service towards agriculture in New River, presented this 17th day of May, 2019.
The open day formed part of the activities for Agriculture Awareness Month, as well as Exposition Nevis, hosted by the Ministry of Tourism. 6 students, 2 from each of the island's secondary schools, will compete for the title of Youth Junior Minister of Tourism when the Ministry of Tourism hosts the 2019 Bank of Nevis Tourism Youth Congress. Representing the Charlestown Secondary School will be Brianne Chapman and Donala Thompson. The Nevis International Secondary School will be represented by Ebony Liebert and Sharonique Reed. Alicia Kelly and Charlene Myers will represent the Gingerland Secondary School. The competition is slated to take place tomorrow, Tuesday, May 21st at 10 a.m. at the Nevis Performing Arts Center.
You would realize that this competition is a well-fought competition, and of course the ministry certainly wishes that the best team would win. I want you to see this Youth Congress as an opportunity for you to learn more about tourism, which is arguably the most important industry on the island of Nevis. We also want you to see it as an opportunity to make new friends from the different schools and, very importantly, to have some fun while doing this.
At the round table discussion styled event, each student will make a 3-minute presentation on one of 3 topics: towards smart travel experiences within the Caribbean region, equipping our youth to thrive in a changing tourism environment, or making excellence a habit in Caribbean tourism. This is in addition to a 1-minute presentation on a mystery topic.
Every year we come and I am blown away by what the students propose every year for tourism. And I must say, I am pleased and I am honored, and at the Bank of Nevis Limited, we will continue to sponsor the Tourism Youth Congress. I am literally just anxious to see what breathtaking ideas that the students will present this year. To all the contestants and teachers coaching in this year's event, I want to wish you all the best. Make sure you give it your best.
The Bank of Nevis Tourism Youth Congress is the local leg of the Caribbean Tourism Organization's Caribbean Tourism Youth Congress. The winner of the Bank of Nevis Tourism Youth Congress will not only be named the Youth Junior Minister of Tourism on Nevis, but also earn the opportunity to represent the island in the regional leg of the competition. The title of Youth Junior Minister of Tourism on Nevis is currently held by Ricardo Rodriguez of the Charlestown Secondary School. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.